Hi, welcome. I'm Naira, and this is my forest of dancing thoughts. Welcome. Let's do something and first take a deep breath because I know that I am in dire need of one. So just inhale and exhale. I want to slow it down today. I feel like I'm constantly in a rush to get from one place to another and then back. And today, I was thinking, like, what version of me is going to live today, right? Who is going to live today? So I decided the version that was going to get all meal prepped for the night for her family. The one who was going to clean up her workspace and her living area. Was going to do laundry to get some clothes, clean pants for my son. The one who did her homework. The one who received feedback and realized that, there's only going up from here, right? So sometimes people critique us or give us feedback, or we do it for others, right? And kind of feel badly. We don't like it. We don't want it. But while I was thinking about it, I was like, there's only improvement from here. Like, what better thing for a human person to do than to improve? If there are no mistakes, if there are no errors, and no one there wise enough and brave enough to point them out to you, how will you even know, right? So that's what I'm doing today. I'm allowing the version of me to live that is present in the moment, is aware of what's going on, is also in tune with my mishaps and the mistakes that I make, because I am not perfect. And thank God for that. Because if you're perfect, how boring. There's no improvement to perfect. So that is definitely not what I'm ever striving to be. I never want to be perfect. I never want anything to be perfect. I want every moment that is here to live it, to live only in that moment. Because life is just a series of right nows. We have no idea what happens when we sleep, when we leave, when we are unaware, right? We don't know where we go or where we come from. But what we can do is when people are saying things to us, and sometimes it will ring in your head, like I have something that my classmate said to me just ringing in my head, because she is not the only one to have said that to me, right? She's just the last one to have said that to me. And I'm going to strive to make sure that no one has to say that to me again. And if they do, so they do, because I too will forget. I'll come back and remember, well, you know what? This is going to be the last time that somebody tells me this or says this to me or brings this up. So ultimately, it's our decision. It always comes down to us, and there's always going to be two options and two ways of doing things. There's only two ways. You do it this way or you do it another way, right? And humans, all of us, all we are is just a compilation of one of these two things, right? So we may find things that we agree on, and we may find things that we are not at all in agreement with. And that's wonderful, because no two people in this entire planet, or in the history of the planet, or in the whole universe and multiverse and right now that we live in, not a single snowflake or leaf is the same, ever. or sand grain, right? So nothing is ever the same. Constantly things are changing. Constantly we're getting older and things are getting older and worn out, new things. So what can we do right now? Like, who can we let live right now? So I have a night ahead of me, and I get really overwhelmed and frazzled, especially around children and so many of them, you know. And but the thing is, like, I'm a super baddie. Like, I'm a super baddie. I'm a super baddie mom. Like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I need to say and how to react. Sometimes I just let the little girl in me live, where she is the one losing her calm and her cool because she also wants to be heard. So, what I'm doing is with my little Naira, my little one, is giving her the safe space to be present in any of these moments. And it's like, who would I need right now? How can I mother me right now? You know, if I get some bad news, am I just gonna let it ruin my whole entire day? No, of course not. I'm gonna grow from it. I'm going to improve. I think we should make improvement cool again, right? Like, let people tell you what your shortcomings are so that you can get better instead of getting offended when somebody brings them up to you. So, because you know, there are going to be people who will be by your side, and when they're telling you things, they're not trying to harm you. We live in this toxic world, at least I definitely grew up in it, where if anybody had something to say to me, it was always snide or some underlying remark of, I am not good enough. But the truth is, I am. I am great. And I'm even better because I get better. Because I try. I try. It may take me a long time, you know, and I may not do it the way that somebody wants to do it, but does not mean that I'm wrong. So I think we can all agree that there are more than two ways of being right. Or maybe, sorry, more than one way of being right, and more than two ways of doing things, right? It's either you do it this way or another way, but the other way is a million different ways. It's just which way, you know? So I'm excited at this moment. I'm happy that my home is starting to look more like my home. I think I was just getting so lost in all the other things that I have to do and the many different hats that I have to wear, of who I was and who I am and who I will continue to be and become. And giving myself grace and space and lots of music to dance to. So I hope that you join me on the next one with some dancing to your favorite songs.